Okay, YouTube, what I have here is the Boss 1000 watt Bluetooth motorcycle speakers. I think I paid 87 bucks off of Amazon for them. Here's the part number, if I get that to focus. Alright, the reason I got those is I have a Polaris 850 XP, and I wanted to put the backrest and a cooler on the back, and that's where my audio tube was. It has the storage box on the front, and with the audio tube on the front, there's really nowhere to strap it down to hold it tight without it moving. Plus, it just looked ridiculous. It blocked my front headlight, top headlight. There's the audio tube I took off of it. So I mounted these speakers here, 2 on each side. They do come with handlebar mounts, but I didn't have enough room on my handlebars to be able to get them on there. So I ended up drilling through my box, which I didn't want to do, and mounted them there, but I actually like the way it looked. If you can see right here, I used fender washers. That way when I drill through, it'll kind of help when you tighten them down with some of the weight or pressure. So here's a side view, and then what it would look like from the driver's seat. They're supposedly 3-inch speakers. They're actually a little bit bigger than that. I guess the speaker itself is 3-inch, with the housing is probably about 4 inches. But the reason I mounted them on my box like this is, for one, when you raise the box, it can still raise up. And this is kind of how I have all my wiring. Here's the fender washers I use, where I drilled and put through, and I also made sure when I drilled them that the fender washers overlapped these channels or supports here instead of going straight into this right here. That way you can really tighten down on them. I did have to cut the wires. All the wires have, if I can get that to focus, all the wires come with these little connectors, so you have one per speaker, and I didn't want to drill a hole big enough for that connector to go through, so I just cut and resplice the wires back together with heat shrink butt connectors. And then of course I use this to kind of protect it. But what I got holding these on is simple zip ties. I drilled holes through here. There you go, see if that'll focus. And just run a zip tie through it to kind of keep it tight and keep it out of my way, so I can still open and shut the lid. Here's the amplifier and all the extra wiring that I really didn't need. It does come with an inline fuse. I think it's a 10 amp fuse in there. This right here is a volume knob, which I just leave mine wide open because I control the volume with my phone. Here's the amplifier. Nothing really on this side except for the main wiring to come out. And then on this side, you got a little green light that comes on here to let you know you got power, and here's your inputs if you need those. And then right here is the auxiliary. I guess if you don't use Bluetooth, I don't know why you would, but if you wanted to do it the old-fashioned way and throw an iPod or something, throw it in the box, you can plug it into here and play your music from that. I wanted to be able to still take my box on and off to get to the battery, clean up up under it. So I went to AutoZone and bought this trailer connector. This one is wired directly into the battery, and of course, as you can see here, that one goes, I drilled it, goes straight through the box. The amplifier does not have an on and off switch, which I think is a downfall, so I didn't want it sitting here when it wasn't in use drawing my battery. So that's one reason I did this. The other reason is I plug it up to give it power to play on my daily ride or whenever I go riding, and when I'm done I unplug it. It won't drain my battery. But when I unhook it here, of course with the Polaris, you lift the lock and ride system, unlatch it, and the box will come straight off. So everything is self-contained inside the box. I really don't have to worry about the amp getting wet, which is supposedly weatherproof along with the speakers, but everything's inside the box. And as you can see, the speakers really don't weigh all that much. Even with the lid up, it still holds the lid straight up. But unfortunately, I can't show you what they sound like. because I can't do a video and Bluetooth songs through my phone at the same time. But I did do a video with them playing. So if you search my channel, or either check on YouTube under Boss Audio speakers mounted to an ATV, and it should pop up and you can hear how they sound. I'm pretty impressed with them for, like I said earlier, 87 bucks on Amazon, because they sound a whole lot better, in my opinion, than the audio tube. The only thing that they're lacking is you don't have a whole lot of bass, but I mean, come on people, it's a 3-inch speaker. How much bass can you really get out of that? But it is perfectly good for riding, and you can't even hear the ATV running over top of the speakers. So I'm definitely pleased with it. Now we're just gonna see how they last over time. Thank you for watching.